Hi everyone, it's Liz with another Cooking the Books Home Edition. Today I have two recipes, really one good for the spring or any time actually, and it's Parmesan roasted green beans, and the other one is a chocolate mug cake, which we'll talk about later. But for the green beans, you can use fresh or frozen. There are two methods on how to do it. The frozen is a little different. The recipe doesn't say this, but I suggest you take them out of the freezer and sort of dry them off. Let them sit on a paper towel for about 5 or 10 minutes. And the other one is done with fresh green beans, which I happen to have here. The recipe calls for 1.25 pounds of fresh green beans, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, sea salt, black pepper, and Parmesan cheese. Now, I'm going to take the olive oil, and I'm going to put a tablespoon because I'm doing half the recipe. And sea salt, but I don't have sea salt, so I'm using kosher salt, and I'm sprinkling that in. And a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. So again, I'm using half the recipe here. And some black pepper. And you toss this until it's sort of evenly distributed. Put it into a sheet pan. And spread them out pretty evenly on the pan, because you want them to roast where they get nice and crispy and are just so nice to eat. Now the cheese here, as I said, is Parmesan cheese. I'm using fresh Parmesan cheese, and this is another one of my favorite tools, which is a microplane. It can be used for grating cheese, for zesting lemon, chocolate. It's just good for everything. The cheese I use is the fresh Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, which comes with a rind on it. That's how you know it's the real thing. And the cheese really makes the difference to me in the dish. I always save the rind of the cheese. I throw it in the freezer, and when I make a sauce or a soup or something, I put that rind into the cheese and use it. And it's quite delicious, but this is the real deal. But the first part of the segment is you roast the green beans, and like I said, you should have them pretty evenly spaced on the sheet, and put it in the oven for about 10 minutes. Bring it out, stir it around, and then sprinkle the cheese on, put it back for a few more minutes, and then it's ready to go. And I'm going to put this in the oven now.